India got freedom on August 15, 1947, completing about 200 years of British rule. As we celebrate the 75th Independence Day on Saturday, we should recall some of our freedom fighters of Odisha who contribute a lot, and many of them sacrificed their life for the country from the dominating British rulers and freed ourselves from the bondage of chains of the Britishers. Jayakrishna Rajguru Mahapatra, born on 29th October 1739 and died on 6th December 1806, popularly known as Joy Rajguru, was an eminent figure of the Indian independence movement in the state of Odisha. Jai Rajguru belonged to a very educated family, and his forefathers served the king of Khordha as his legal advisors and spiritual teachers. They were thus bestowed with the title Rajguru. Jai Rajguru revolted against the British East India Company in the province. Chandrasekhar Behera of Sambalpur was a leading freedom fighter and an active participant in the non-cooperation movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. He consolidated the national freedom movement in Sambalpur region and merged his activities with the Indian National Congress. He was founder member of the National School of Sambalpur, started on lines of Satyabadi Vanavidyalaya founded by Gopabandhu Das. As the chairman of Sambalpur municipality, he received Gandhiji in Sambalpur in 1928, organized a mass movement against illiteracy and untouchability. Baji Raut, born on 5th October 1926 and died on 11th October 1938, was the youngest Indian freedom fighter and martyr, having been killed at the age of 12. He was born on 5th October 1926. Raut, who was a boat boy, was shot by British police when he refused to ferry them across the Brahmani River on the night of 11th October 1938 at Nilakanthapur Ghat, Bhuban, Dhenkanal district. Bakshi Jagabandhu Vidyadhar Mahapatra Brahmarbar Rai was the leader of the historic Piker revolt of 1847 of Khordha. He was the landlord of Rodhanga and was nominated as a Senapati by the king of Khordha. In fact, the Parks of Khordha, headed by Bakshi, raised their voice against heavy taxation and illegal encroachment of the tax-free lands and restriction on salt by the British rule. He was one of the earliest freedom fighters of India. The BJP College in Bhubaneswar has been named after this great personality. Gopabandhu Das, popularly known as Utkal Mani, was a social worker, reformer, political activist, journalist, poet, and essayist. Was in a true sense jewel and friend of the poor. Born on 9th October 1877 in Suando village near Sakhi Gopal of Puri district, Gopabandhu lost his mother Swarnamai Devi after few months of his birth, and also lost his father Daitari Das while he was a student at Revansa College. In spite of his great personal loss, he had written poems like अभक्ष्य चिंता, गो महात्म्य, नचिकेता उपाख्यान, कर कविता, धर्मपद and Bandira Atmakatha. When he was continuing at Ravenshaw College, Chandan Hajuri, born on 28 January 1827, died in 1870, popularly known as Chakhi Khuntia, was a Jagannath temple priest and a poet who participated in the Indian Rebellion of 1857. He happened to be the family priest of Manubai, later renamed Lakshmi Bai after her marriage to Gangadhar Rao, the king of Jhansi. Chandan Hajuri was born on the auspicious day of Sambadasami in the year 1827, which fell on 7th January 1827 in Puri of Odisha, to Father Raghunath Khuntia, alias Bhimsen Hajuri, and Mother Kamalabati. He was married to Sundarmani at the age of 12. At a young age, he was taught Odia, Sanskrit, and Hindi literature to help him perform his duties in the Jagannath temple. Sudan Das was an Indian lawyer and social reformer who campaigned for the unification of Odisha along with its social and industrial development. Also, he was one of the main persons helping in the creation of Odisha province. He is also known as Kulabruddha, Grand Old Man, Madhubabu, and Utkal Gaurav. Took a valiant stand for the unification of scattered Odia tracts, was the founder of Utkal Sammilani, architect of Odia movement, and pioneer in the field of industrial development. Acclaimed as a great legislator and journalist, he had the distinction of being the first Indian minister. Fakir Mohan Senapati, often referred to Utkal Vyasa Kavi, was an Indian writer, poet, philosopher, injected a new life in Odia literature in an environment of gloom and despair. He is regarded as the father of Odia nationalism and Odia literature. Even though he had no formal education, he proved to be an enlightened teacher, painter, and a great administrator. In his writings, Odia nationalism was the dominant theme. As a recognized literary poet, Senapati has made his place secure as a great prose writer in Odia. He is also the writer of the first autobiography in Odia, Atmajivana Charita. Kalindi Charan Panigrahi belonged to Sabuja Goshti, green community of Orissa poets of 20th century, was born at Khordha. He is regarded as a superb poet, story writer, novelist, dramatist, editor, and essayist. This great man's pen never stopped till his death. His autobiography, Jaha Angi Nibheichi, is an unforgettable contribution to the literary treasure of Odisha. This Padma Bhushan award winner was also honored the fellowship from Kendra Sahitya Academy, AD Literature degree from Sambalpur University, was awarded by IMFA Charitable Trust for his lifelong contribution to Odia literature. The Doyen, whose creation, Matira Monisa, was made a film, has left this eternal world, but his creations are still immortal.